Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Zaris Izuddin bin Zailan, student ID 2019218418. And now I would like to present my final year project, which is development of machine Sepak Takraw launcher. Right here we have my table of content, which is first we have summary, introduction, primary goal, literature review, problem statement, scope and limitation, SDG, methodology, planning FYP1, and expectation on FYP2. Summary of this project, the project more focusing on Sepak Takraw, which we want to make a machine that improving the performance player skill in Sepak Takraw, and we are using reverse engineering skill by having the initial model, and then it need to be tested in field just to be sure it can be launched, and then come up with design analysis for the fabrication, innovation, and modification. For now, for the introduction of the project, the Sepak Takraw, or we call kick volleyball, is popular sport from Southeast Asia. This game has a lot of resemble to the volleyball in case of rule and game set point. As compared to volleyball, the game is more visually entertaining as no hand touch is allowed. A team consists of three players, namely as a tekong, or we call server, a feeder, and a killer. Player need to have a good foot-eye conditioning, great acrobatic skill, as well as extremely good physical fitness in order to play this game properly. Player need to train properly in order to quick enough to perform and the various kick shot based on situation along with the great pace. Sepak takraw launcher are used to in training method on this facing defensive position for upcoming ball from the service, smash, clear ball, and another skill that made by the opposite team. My primary goal for the FYP1, first I need to understand and familiar with the project. Second, the progression project must be 13%. Next, we have literature review for the understanding about the project. First, I need to research about a requirement for the Sepak Takraw ball launcher. First, it needs a power launching setting, angle shooting, structure strength, control on target aim, and sustainability use energy. Next, I need to find the rule and the requirement for the Sepak Takraw. We have a for curve the diameter of the Sepak Takraw. We have 42 centimeter. The area 44 feet times 20 feet, and the height of the net is 26 feet. Next, there are variety of the shot and technique in Sepak Takraw. We have inside and outside kick. Is a basic for the feeder. We have header, body, and knee kick for the block kick. Horse kick and service kick for the tekong. Tapping, sunback, and roast pipe for the killer. Next, I need to find the analysis that's suitable for the launcher. We need to find a material, stress, strain, and deformation that requirement for the project. Now we have problem statement for this project, and we have three of them. First, we need to learn the reverse engineering method and make a prototype drawing of the machine. And next, we have to make a drawing design for the part machine by using CATIA software. And lastly, we need to analyze and fabricate the design part to get a better improvisation and innovation of the machine. Next, we have first it start with physical model, and then we have dimension detail. Third, we have CAD model. Fourth, we have analysis model, and then we have modification, and lastly, we have fabrication. In this project, we have scope and limitation. The scope of the project used to help a sports student in Sepak Takraw training for their study on defending with this mission compared with the non-defending with this mission. Next, it need to be used in engineering skill on handling the machine relating to physical and computational technology. But the limitation of the project, we have limited access on entering the lab where the machine were located because of there is no lab assistant. Lastly, we didn't have a chance to operate the machine as the limitation of the project time management. In this slide, we want to talk about the SDG, which is Sustainable Development Goal. We have two of them, which is SDG 4 and SDG 7. SDG 4, which is quality education, tells about the sustainability, increase the number of youth and adults who have a relevant skill, including technical and vocational skill, for employment, decent job, and entrepreneurship. The mission used to be Sepak Takraw industry, which is we want to help uh, the student and the youth to have the relevant skill for reliable to the sepak takraw industry. And next, ensure equality access, affordable and quality technique, vocational and tertiary education, including university. And the mission used to have a blueprint, which is it can be used to the large manufacturing that can be used for the school and the including the university. For the SDG 7, we have affordable and clean energy to ensure universal access to affordable, relevant, and modern energy service. We are using this machine for the safe energy, enhance international cooperation to facilitate access to clean energy research and technology. We want to use this machine as soon as can be used for the outside of the country to promote investment in energy infrastructure and the clean energy technology. As I said, the mission promote the use of the energy infrastructure and clean energy technology. Next, we have a methodology for the timeline of this project. The first stage, we have a scope, project, and objective. Second stage, finding the literature review. Third stage, we have collecting data from the literature review. Fourth stage, disassembly the machine. Fifth stage, we have a 3D design like 3D part and 3D assembly. Sixth stage, we have analysis process for the stress, strange, and deformation. Seventh stage, we have a modify and fabricate of the design. And last stage, we have the finalize the blueprint. My planning for the FYP1, first I need to planning the project, which I need to organize the task project according to the time planning given. We have a Gantt chart for the better planning timetable. Next, data for the collection and comparing the data research from the literature review to get a better understanding about overall project. Third, we have assembly. We want to disassembly the machine into six section part. We have upper body, bottom body, motor assembly, platform assembly, and holder assembly. Next, we have a measure. We need to measuring the component part and get the parameter dimension for the each part. Lastly, we have the design. We want I want to doing the 3D design for the component part using Katia software. This is my Gantt chart for the FYP1, we have uh, about 11 weeks to finish the first part of the project. Lastly, we have the expectation result for the FYP2. Uh, Next, I will have to make a design analysis to come up the essential analysis that's suitable for the decision making. It is an important part of the process as it need appropriately presenting the result outcome of the project. Next, I critical thinking to evaluating information and identifying and solving problem into its conclusion. The ideas on modification, innovation, and fabrication for the next manufacturing or the or we call the next final year project. Lastly, blueprint prototype. The outcome of this project is to make a 3D drawing from the prototype model. It gives an access to extensive the design possibility and efficiency technique to save the energy, time, and cost of the machine launcher. That's all for my presentation about development of machine Sepak Takraw launcher. Thank you for the commitment and for the Q&A session. You can contact me via my phone number or by my email. Thank you.